All right, man. You already know, man. We back at it like we never left, man. We gonna go ahead. Got the pass up in this thing, man. With Shady, man. You know we about to do this thing, man. He kind of emotional. He having a bad attitude today. I don't know what Shay got going on today, man. He told me not to embarrass him. So look, look, we gonna go ahead and get on this thing, man. We gonna go ahead and talk about everything. All right, man. On a Sunday. All right, welcome to the Shady and Shake Hour, man. What's good with your brother over there? See this joker looking like that. What you looking like that for?
I'm looking like that for no reason. I just want to understand these shenanigans that you. I mean, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man, you know we here, man. It's a beautiful Sunday. I mean, I haven't had the most successful weekend when it comes to sports. I'm gonna drink to that.
You drinking water, man.
They say pass me some water so I can do what? Go harder.
Well, obviously none of your teams ain't, so you drinking that water ain't benefiting.
Hey, man, once again, man, I am Shady Will. I'm here on the Shady and Shake Hour, man. Who are you, sir?
I'm just here. That's my new name, just here.
Hey, man, look. I mean, you just here. You having a lovely weekend, man. You in the city. I mean, what's been going on with you, man? Like, what's on your mind? But look, before you talk about what's on your mind, man, let's talk about what's been going on. You know, we big sports heads. So look, man, we got to recap this weekend, bro. We got to shoot.
What are we recapping? What are we discussing?
Man, we gonna go ahead and talk college football first.
Okay, what about it?
We gonna recap your game of the week, and we gonna recap my game of the week. The game of the week for me, college football, was Florida and Miami, and yours, you said obviously was Oklahoma and Auburn. So I mean, what you felt about the weekend prior to? I know this is the post. It already happened. So what did you feel in that game, that Oklahoma Auburn game?
I think Oklahoma trying to make a statement. They letting the SEC know that, hey, we can play and we can compete as well as you are. You know, I think John Mante, the quarterback, Oklahoma has benefit very, very, very well from the portal for the quarterback position.
What did you say his name was?
Is it Mate?
You said
whatever the young man name.
John Mateer?
Mate, they all the same. I'm like them old folks now.
Man, you got people watching, so they gotta know what you.
They see gray. They see the gray. They already know. I'm grandpa. Whatever they want to call me now. I'm just that person. So.
But you call him John Mate.
Boy, I'm gonna call him Mate. I'm gonna call him Mate.
It's Mateer.
Well, whatever it is, material.
Okay. All right, man. So, now it's on the game. Who did you pick?
I actually went against the grain and picked Auburn.
You did pick. I was gonna make sure you was gonna say it because I
did pick Auburn. I picked Auburn. I think Auburn offensively. I think Auburn took up a notch when they got Jackson Arnold as their quarterback. UFees does an exceptional job by year 2 or 3 at his locations. History looks at. He does a great. I'm sorry, 3 and 4. He does a great job. So Auburn's actually ahead of schedule, but the SEC so it's Auburn. So that's to be expected to be good.
So you think Jackson Arnold is going to make them have a successful season? Do you believe in Jackson Arnold as their QB?
I do. I think 8 wins. I think they'll win by 8 games. 8 games.
Now, I mean, Jackson Arnold has actually showed me something. I'll be honest with you. I didn't, in his Oklahoma, he's a 5-star QB coming out of high school. So, I mean, my expectations were
out of Dallas area.
I mean, with Oklahoma, I don't think he got a fair shake at Oklahoma.
He started.
But how long did he start? He was in and out, playing with that boy. But I mean, he a freshman. I mean, what do we just talked about this yesterday?
Well, you have to understand something. When you play in the position of quarterback, as I learned from a couple of quarterbacks that played, you play to your quarterback's strength. When he's not at the mature level to be able to be that passer or the executor of the offense, how you have to play. And Auburn is actually playing to his strength, honestly. which is he run it, give him a little run, couple little run plays here and there, open up on the pass game. He like to take shots down the field. So that's his MO. That was his game. So,
okay.
I
mean, okay, I know you say you feel like Auburn can possibly win about 8 games. Okay, they weren't on the winning side yesterday. You know, we know who's on the winning side, Oklahoma. How many games do you see Oklahoma winning this year?
Man, they got Texas in 2 weeks. So that's going to really tell me a whole lot dealing with Texas. I say we're going to win about 9. Possibly having a shot at playing in the SEC championship. Possibly.
Oh, wow.
Possibly. I mean,
that's huge for you to say that. I mean,
well, I only see, it's just my opinion for right now.
I got you.
Things could change later down the line. Don't get it twisted. I see I see about maybe 3-4 teams I can actually see playing it. I can see Oklahoma playing. I can see Georgia. I can even see Tennessee rebounding and coming back because, you know, they don't have the division. Everybody just top and bottom. So, LSU, I think is the dog. I think LSU to me is the favorite. One of the teams I'm picking to be the favorite to be actually be in Atlanta. I think LSU has their defense is reminiscent of LSU defense, not the last 2 years, but 3, 4, 5 years ago when it was
Glenn Dorsey, big Glenn Dorsey.
Even after that, I mean, LSU always have a great defense except for the last 3 seasons. You know, so that it's coming back on the LSU defense evolve. So I believe LSU will be one team that will be in Atlanta. Now the others is up and down. South Carolina's kind of sporadic right now. They take an L to team that, you know, we don't expect them to. Tennessee should have beat Georgia. Honestly, they should have.
I agree with that.
Texas goes as far as Arch Manning takes them.
How far do you think Arch Manning has been taking them this season? To be honest with you, with playing the teams they've played, I mean, he's underperformed in every game. I mean, you know, this season was the Arch Manning season.
Well, you understand, I get what everybody's saying, but you also got to understand this here. As a younger player, everybody expects young players, especially playing that quarterback. Everyone expects these players just to come out and they just come out be phenoms. I don't believe it. I believe it's going to take time for them to get to the level of their expectations for them. Let me be honest with you. I believe, this is just my opinion. I know people online are going to lose their mind when I say this. I believe if Arch had played, I mean, at least a year or 2 of playing, and he came out last year in that draft, Arch possibly could have been the first pick. I'm just keeping honest with you. Arch is a more polished quarterback. His mechanics, his tools are, you got to think he's a Manning, so they're going to work on certain things that, you know, other guys don't get to work on. But I think the pressure of him being who he is caught up on his shoulders, he had to just relax. I like a lot of quarterbacks. I think collegiate where I think could be possibly Drew Alter. I like Drew. I think Bryce Underwood going to be a legit quarterback once he get his feet. There's a lot of guys. Sellers, I watched them play in South Carolina. I thought he was an exceptional quarterback. So, but I think Arch is going to take time. Now, Oklahoma is going to be that pivotal point. I mean, Ohio State, week 1, NFL style defense that you will never see. I mean, what do people expect? I mean, you have NFL quarterbacks who struggle against that same scheme. So, what were we expecting coming out of that game from Ohio State?
Well, look, I got 2 comments to make based on the conversation you having. You know, I'm one of them people that's going to go ahead and jump on you about Arch before I get back to this Oklahoma-Auburn game. You said that he could have potentially been the first pick in the draft. This based on now, you saying his potential and his tools, but if he got drafted number 1 overall, I'd be based on his name. Totally. Because we only got to see a body of work last year, 2 games?
No, that's why I said, that's why I made the mention. They said, hey, he played at least a year or 2, just playing. I know everybody got this statement because, you know, he played 2A football down there in New Orleans. I get that part. But a lot of us have seen kids who go to smaller school come out and ball against the big boys. Arch, he threw for, I think, 300 yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, against Sam Houston. So
he had his best game of the season yesterday.
It's a confidence.
But, I mean, look who he's playing Sam Houston State.
A lot of people played Teddy Bear Daycare and they came out. I mean, one thing about playing a position, it's about getting your quarterback in the rhythm. Everybody got offensively. It's going to take an offense. It's going to be a rhythm. You got to think they lost 3 of their receivers, so they got a new crop of receivers playing plus Arch. They lost, I think, 3 key offensive linemen too. Now don't get it twisted. Arch, could have made some better throws in a lot of games, but I feel like, he forced, like he's forcing, like he just really forcing it. Versus yesterday, if you watch him, he seemed more comfortable. He's starting to get more comfortable, and the more comfortable he becomes, the better I think he'll be.
So he said, and I got to make sure you did say that you believe Arch would have been probably the top quarterback taken. And even in this year, he's a redshirt junior. So I know you say he's a young quarterback. Sophomore. He's a redshirt sophomore. So he's been at Texas for 3 years now. He'll be eligible for the next draft. So the next draft, 2026. The way he's playing now, do you see him being the particularly or even possibly the first quarterback taken?
I don't think he's going to even declare for the draft, truthfully.
But if he did, because I know you kind of propped him up.
If he did, no, not out this body of work. Now, let me give you a great example. If he takes off from Oklahoma down, and just do his thing and get into the national championship game, could be possible.
I don't see Texas beating Oklahoma this year. I think Brent Venables is doing an awesome job with that team. That defense is playing. They're really physical. John Mateer, the guy you brought up, he is amazing.
But you forget the athletes on Texas style of defense. That's what people keep forgetting. Texas has some athletic defensive players. They're going to get with them.
We like they haven't recovered from the players they lost to the draft. You lost three of your big boys in the middle. You got 2
or 3 more big boys right behind them.
You lost a lot of receivers. You lost a lot of your secondary. I think you lost 2 corners, your safety. I mean, they lost a lot and they had to actually replace a lot.
I think experience, they lost a lot of key. Don't get it twisted. But I think talent, as far as better athletic players, I think they got more athletic. Colin Simmons, he played at Duncanville High. I watched him when they played DeSoto.
Yeah.
Man, the boy can rush the passer. They got talent. The couple is never paired. We're talking about Texas.
We're talking about Texas, but we're talking about Oklahoma, and I know we kind of brought some of the other SEC teams in, and that actually leads us to the team the game of the day from yesterday.
Which was what, man?
The Florida Gators.
Oh my God.
And the Miami Hurricanes. Now, anybody that knows me, I'm a diehard Florida Gators fan.
Okay.
And you know what? I can't say I was embarrassed yesterday. I was only embarrassed once when we lost to USF. But I'm putting it all on Billy Napier. For those that are watching, Billy Napier is the problem. He's the problem. The answer would be to get him up out of there. Yesterday.
But wait a minute.
Momentum. We getting killed. We getting slaughtered. We shook back. We scored 7. We had a chance to possibly kick a field goal and had that score going into what?
13-10.
Going into what, halftime, or was it going to the fourth quarter? Going to the fourth quarter.
It was, I think, 4 or 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
No, prior to, because I think we scored right going into.
No, y'all was in the fourth quarter.
Okay, in the early parts of the fourth quarter, when we had that opportunity.
It's about 7 between 7 and 5 minutes left in the game.
Okay, but we had momentum, which was obvious. Defense, we consecutively getting them punting 3 and out, interception. We actually playing up to that standard. But you come back, you stop running outside, which was very successful. You stop running leg.
They caught on to it.
They caught on to it, Q?
They caught on to it.
What did they catch on to?
You remember the first drive when you guys scored? They came back and running.
Okay, you talking about us actually catching on to what Miami was doing.
What I'm saying is, remember they came out in the second half. They ran the ball outside.
Right.
Miami started keying on it and forcing them to cut it back. The problem I had with it was this is just me. Do I think Napier has something to do with it? A little bit. I do. But I also think the lack of the confidence of DJ Lagway is really starting to show. I don't think he got that confidence in the 5 that's in front of him.
Well, you got to think about it. And I'm going to say this like they said on the game yesterday. Lagway is probably 5 weeks into, and this from last season to this season. He has a total of 5 weeks of playing football. He had the shoulder, he had the hamstring, he had the calf. So he's only been kind of really moving around 5, I'll say 5 solid weeks. But while I still blame the situation on Napier.
So you saying lack of experience for my man, right?
I'm saying lack of coaching. I believe if you seen in the LSU game, I don't let my quarterback get to 5 interceptions. After he throw 2, I'm gonna pull him out just to calm him down. Let another QB go in there. Just kind of calm. I'll bring him back in, but calm down. What you see? What's going on? Let another QB come in, still run offense, but you leave that young man out. He's a true sophomore. He's only been in college for 2 years. And he isn't the same. Like I said, you can see now he was solid yesterday. I don't think he actually had a turnover yesterday. He didn't have any.
But he didn't have no confidence.
But I mean, we making progress. But I feel that with better coaching, that progress can actually become better. That's
okay.
Just
let me ask you a question. What's the difference between Arch and Landry playing right
now? Arch already had those expectations in high school.
Let's forget expectations.
That name.
No.
Okay, so you want to take the name out? You want to take the man name out of the field?
No. I'm saying their play right now. I'm not talking about no names. I'm talking about their play.
Right now?
Both of them.
Arch is playing better.
Arch just had his first decent game on yesterday.
He's playing better.
Lagway has played 4 games in which Florida has been in games.
He has thrown 5 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
Okay, we saying 8 weeks of football for Lagway, right?
You talking about total?
He was 4-1 when he got hurt, right? Because he got hurt in Georgia.
4-1. Okay, so we actually because he came. Okay, he had
8 weeks of football.
I say about that, yeah. 8 weeks football.
Arch only had how many going right now? Arch on week.
They week 4, so 6.
Arch made
6 games. He played 2 games.
Okay.
He got in, but you talking about actually playing a full game. 6. I say 6 or 5 for Arch.
So we're looking at 2 different.
For those that are tuning in, if you hear what we talking about, please chime in and tell us what you're hearing, if you agree with it or not, or what you know, to make sure that we on the same page.
I'll say this before we can move on.
Go ahead.
I just think Lagway lacked confidence, and I think Napier has to find a way to get his confidence up. Me personally, I think Florida failed to me yesterday because they didn't like they wanted to take a chance because they, like I say, the O-line was getting handled. So he didn't have a chance to take shots down the field. A young quarterback, you got to get them into a rhythm, get them confident, get them a confident throw. Throws they know they can make.
Okay.
And once I get them in that rhythm of throws they can make, they start leaving the confidence. Let them run the ball. Let them get tattooed a couple of times. Let them wake up and say, you know what? It's all good. I took it. I can play. You have to. We have this thing now where young quarterbacks have to just fly off the radar out quick and just be this great guy off top. They forget these are 19, 20-year-old kids. These kids, I mean, come on, man. What you expect? But it's neither here nor there. So what are your thoughts on the Miami defensive line?
Those 2, Bain and that other boy, they're very impressive. I mean, you looking at 2 top 10 talents with those 2 young men right there. 2 top 10 talents. On the path they going, if they can maintain, maybe stay healthy enough, you got 2 top 10 talents coming in the draft this year.
Well, they're going to get the issue when they see Florida State, but that's another story.
And see, I think there's a bias. There's some bias in there because this young man is a Florida State Seminole, so he, I think there's some bias in that conversation.
I just say I think when they get to the nose, we gonna bring the drum.
Well, what make you feel that way?
I think Florida State's playing with a different type of confidence. Plus, we're bigger up front.
You're bigger up front. You talking about defensively or
defensive line? I mean, offensive line. Well, we're actually bigger on the offensive line, honestly.
So you feel that you can contain those 2 young men? They mix them up. They put them both on the same side.
Well, this is what you do. I mean, you have to understand. A lot of times, line up on the same side. Cool. That's only on pass rush now. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 7.
Okay.
Run the ball to the weak side. Make them start chasing something. Make them run things down. It's ways to attack. It's ways to attack, but that's neither here nor there. So, what's going on in the NFL?
All right, man. Well, we kind of talked prior to getting on, man. Your game of the day, it already happened, man. You had the Rams
and the Eagles.
And I wonder what that final score was.
I believe it was 32-26, if I'm not mistaken.
Now, this is one of your potential NFC championship matchups, right?
Was it?
Yeah, I'm asking.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm be honest with you, I'm not sold on either one. Honestly, the Rams actually blew opportunities. I mean, the Rams could actually blew the game really wide open.
Okay,
like to no return. But Stafford, made some bad throws, couple of drop passes. But other than that, I will give the Eagles props.
What type of props are you giving? Why are you giving them props?
Because they started realizing 2 things: feed Brown. When you start feeding AJ, you can start winning. When they didn't feed AJ, they wasn't winning. When they start getting AJ involved in the game plan, The Eagles will be a problem. I'm just being honest. The Eagles will be a problem if they start getting A.J. Brown more involved in the game plan. They didn't take off until they started feeding A.J.
So would you say since they started feeding AJ, you think Hurts had his best game of the season?
Oh, yeah, when you start feeding A.J., yeah.
So we're looking at today being maybe his best game of the season.
It is. He hadn't threw a touchdown. I think he threw 2 today. That was his first 2 touchdowns of the season today.
All right. So, we discussed offline about our feelings with Jalen Hurts. Okay. So you said feeding A.J. Brown. So do you think feeding A.J. Brown makes Jalen Hurts look more of a better quarterback? Or do you think A.J. Brown is making Jalen Hurts look as a better quarterback?
I think it's A.J. I'm going to be honest with you. It's A.J.
Man, give me why? Why? Give me an analysis. Why you feel
Greatest example of the day. Now, he threw a touchdown to the tight end. Gerber they was at a too high shell look, and he hit the post. Cool. Mm-hmm. But that play don't make it there until he throws that deep ball to A.J. That offense didn't start moving until they started feeding A.J. Brown. Okay. I get it. They want to give Saquon and my man Smith, but feed AJ. That Wayne, I guess Lil Wayne, what he said, feed me rappers or feed me beats. You better feed AJ that football.
But I mean, Saquon is the key to that offense, right? I mean, who do you think the key to that offense is?
Well, they took off last year when they started feeding feeding Saquon football. That's when they took off. Offensively, yeah, because they had a running game. Now I'm starting to look at everybody I already know. Well, we can stop the run. Me personally, I'm stopping Saquon and I'm eliminating AJ, and you're going to find somebody to throw the football to. The Rams, obviously, on certain plays, did some coverages. I'm trying to figure out why. Why did you run a delayed blitz from 15 yards way out there? Mm-hmm. It was just some stuff I didn't understand defensively.
Okay.
But I do believe, I believe this here. The Eagles, I believe you can see the Eagles. It's a lot of teams I can see. That are potentially good, but it's only week 3. December, I tell anybody, late November to December December to January gonna tell me a whole lot about your football team.
Well, look, I'll tell you a whole lot about mine. The Cowboys and the Saints. The current score is 44-13. The Seahawks are beating the New Orleans Saints 44-13.
Before we get there,
and the Cowboys are losing right now to the Chicago Bears 31-14. I've had a horrible weekend. I'm having a horrible football season overall.
You expect it from New Orleans.
The Booker T. Washington Lions lost Soul Bowl last night to the Green Oaks Giants.
Yeah.
I think 38-16.
Yeah, our alma mater did lose last night.
Man, I'm having a horrible sports weekend.
I just want to say, man, when I was in high school, we beat Green Oaks 3 out of 4 years.
We should have beat them 4 out of 4.
Well, fumble happens, but we'll leave that alone.
Hey, they still mad at us about that. They graduating class. They lost. Germany. JB. Yeah. They still mad at us about that. Yeah. But
we shook back. We put 35 or 40. I think 35 or 40 on them.
We did. For any Green Oaks person out there, watching this podcast, you already know what it is when it came.
Class 98.
Yeah, you're right. You know what time it was.
50 on us, but that's another story.
Right. That's another story.
What
you about to say? Okay, I said I'm having a horrible sports year. I talked about my Saints and my Cowboys. Go ahead and say what you want to say, because I know I can feel what you about to say.
Tell me what you think about this.
You about to ask me about being a Cowboys and a Saints fan. It comes up every year. That's what you want to do. You want to do this in front of the national audience, in front of everybody watching?
We'll tell them why.
I am 46 years old.
Okay, you look 46, but go ahead and tell us.
Look, I love both of those teams.
Why?
I stayed in Dallas
from
1989 to 1994.
Okay.
So those glory years when the Cowboys playing, it's just something about that star. If you're a Cowboys fan, man, it's just something about that star. You can feel it. And once you ingest it, man, it make you feel like you
want to throw
a celebrity. You make you feel like it's everything, man. It's like that blue star.
So you feel it down in your stomach, makes you want to vomit.
I'm talking about, man, you feel it everywhere. I had that glow like Bruce Leroy on last draft.
Where's the glow at now?
Where is it?
Where's the glow now?
It's still there. I mean, it's still there. You know how
no, I'm not talking about glow. I'm talking about their glow.
I mean, we doing our thing, man. We got a new coaching staff. So does New Orleans Saints, new coaching staff. So I think that the players still accumulating themselves to the schemes. You may need certain players to fit the schemes.
Let's cut the shenanigans.
Yeah, that's the question. I'm just answering.
Next week.
What's happening next week?
That man come back to town.
Okay, now what are we referring to
We already know who the man is. Dallas plays Green Bay next week. That man is coming back to town.
That's night game. That's 7:20 p.m. game. Okay,
that's fine.
We actually
that
going.
Man comes to town.
Oh, they coming. You coming to Dallas? Okay. What you want, bro? What you want to hear?
Well, I don't know what I got. I already know what I.
Well, I mean, I feel like there's some questions coming about.
There's no question. I'm just letting you know the man coming into town.
Okay, Parsons is coming back home. Okay.
So if the Bears putting up 30, what you think that man gonna do next week?
I don't know what Parsons gonna do. I hope. I'm not saying this for. I don't want to say I hope he gets hurt, but I mean, I hope miraculously he don't play next week. That's what I hope. If that's what you want to hear, he don't have to play.
Okay, we already know the results gonna happen next week. So why are the Saints getting the stuffing beat out of them?
New coach, new scheme, younger players. I just think it's gonna take a little time. We had a lot of attrition. We lost quite a few players. We have quite a few injuries. I just think that. This is one of those seasons really to get Kellen Moore acclimated with his team.
So the 49ers took over the Superdome last.
I don't know that actually.
They did. They took down Bourbon Street. They took over. They take over everywhere they go. So
Cam Jordan did make a comment. He said he was very upset with how the crowd. And, I mean, that's what y'all do. They say y'all thugs. They say people in San Francisco thugs. Fights. I've seen videos. People been in San Francisco 49ers fans. People been thrown over the balcony.
We're the greatest fans in the world.
Well, I think y'all very violent. If you really want to talk about that, the 49ers are very violent. Those fans are very violent.
Moving on to bigger and greater things.
Okay.
Bigger and greater things. How is life treating you, sir? How is life treating you? Wonderful.
I mean, life is life right now. I can't complain. Like I said, if my sports teams are doing pretty good, shout out to the Florida Gators basketball team that won national championship last year. This
is a whole
it is what it is. Dallas Mavericks, Cooper Flag in the building. We looking forward to that. Dallas Stars. We gotta get over the hump. 2 years in a row, we done been there and we ain't closed the job. Texas Rangers, we still fighting right now.
Dallas can't get it done. What you tell me?
What Dallas are you referring
to?
Well, I mean, the jury's still out with the Dallas Cowboys. It's still early.
Well, the jury has been the graphic been smashed, brother.
Well, we're 1-1 right now, sir.
You finna be 1-2, possibly 1-3 the next.
That's just a possibility. I mean, we're looking at it. What quarter is it? I don't know what quarter it is. I just gave an update on what.
Possibly the full quarter, sir.
You say it's about to be, or is it?
Might be the full quarter. Let's check. It's the
okay.
Third quarter, 24.
Okay, man, we down by 17 points. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that game.
In the fourth quarter, starting the 49ers are 6-4.
Okay, I hear you. So. Hey, man, I just seen Willie Earl Wilson, man. I know you want to say something, Willie Earl. We always talk kinfolk. Go ahead and say what you got to say. Pop yourself. You know what I'm saying? We in here. I see you. Look, I'm going to send you a message that we live in person talking about these 49ers and everybody else.
We're not talking about the 49ers.
We're going to talk about the 49ers. We can't have a sports show without talking about the 49ers. The most hated team in the NFL, especially by Saints and Cowboys fans if they really
why do y'all hate us? I mean, why would y'all hate us? I mean, we beat the Saints last week. We don't beat the Cowboys 4 out of the last 5 times we don't play. So, I mean, we need to discuss greatness of it, but it's all good.
I mean, I don't see y'all being too great. Y'all are undefeated, so I can't knock that.
Well, right now we're just in a tight battle. But let's switch gears for a second.
Well, hopefully that ends in an L to go ahead and get their season started right, so we can shut up the 49ers fans and go start talking. But go ahead.
Let's shift gears for a second.
Okay, let's shift gears.
I don't know why people hate on them Niners, but we are the bang.
I told you, man, they're a very dangerous team.
Let's shift gears for a second.
Let's shift gears, man. What you want to talk about? What's on your mind?
Let's shift gears.
What's on your mind, brother?
Shift gears for a second. I had a person ask me a question at my job, actually. And they asked me, do love still exist? What are your thoughts on that question?
Well, it depends on where you're trying to go at it with love. Does love still exist? I believe that love still exists, but I think there's a lot of rules and regulations being added to that term of love. That's what I feel.
What you mean rules and regulations?
I mean, when you look at love and to love someone, there's an expectation of what the love should be or how it should be given.
So some people will call that boundaries.
Well, I mean, there are boundaries.
That's what they say they are.
I think there's more there are more boundaries, and like I said, I feel like there's more rules and regulations, policies and procedures to love now.
So you got to sign a contract.
Policies and procedures.
I mean, is that really considered love then?
That's what I said. It depends on how you take it. I mean, if that's what you're looking for, I mean, it depends on what you're looking for, what you want to get out of love.
But I thought love was a given spirit.
I mean, if you look at it from a faith-based standpoint,
that's what love is. Regardless of faith, it's still given.
Or are we talking about unconditional love from one person to another person?
Well, the love you're describing comes with conditions. You're describing the conditions of love. That's conditional love because it comes with conditions. Unconditional love, of course, you get boundaries. I mean, you get things that you're not going to accept. I get that part.
Right.
I get you're not going to cheat. You ain't going to do it. I get all that part there. But those certain things are still conditions.
Yeah. See?
Love doesn't have condition because love don't see condition. They see love. That's what they see. Like a great example, what I mean.
And you need to specify they for the people out there.
Well, male, female, however it is.
Okay.
Like being 16 years old.
Okay.
Back in high school, right? Y'all remember back in the day, I don't know, some of y'all, grew up like that, how my generation. We used to write letters. You see a little honey dip, you write her a letter.
Right.
What's going on. Because they used to like the time stamp. I don't know if anybody, you had the date, the time, the song that you was playing, what was on your mind, your favorite color, and all that stuff. Then you move into the letter, what you want to say in the letter to the individual. Mostly women did, women did all that. Brothers ain't do all that. We just, I didn't know too many brothers that did it. But, it was a way of expression. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it was just mutual between that individual, those two individuals.
Okay.
Now, this day and age, everything is just open.
And look, man, while you speaking on love, I'm sorry to pause, man. I'm gonna shout out BJ Tiz, man. What's going on? BJ tuned in. You know what I'm saying? He's tuning in. Man, he was talking about Saquon today. He talking about he got Saquon in fantasy. And he said he was trash today. And he said, man, he was talking about L Sports and shit. Hey, I'm right along with you, B. Saints trash, Celtics might be trash, fantasy trash, all trash, and Kim fire you up with that Frankie Beverly beard. Hey, that's my dog. You say got that Frankie Beverly beard. Hey, man. Man, BJ, you gotta tap in, son. You gotta tap in.
Tell him I got him. I got you. I got you.
God damn.
One thing about being old, getting older. Let me say it, getting wiser, as I like to say. Man, we're in the unk stage now. So, I got, young folk call me Unk, OG Rev, and all types of stuff. Rev, what you got to tell me today? Rev, what's the scripture? I get all, that just, me. But, it is.
Yeah. Hey, man, so I'm sorry to interrupt you. You was kind of giving us your analogy about love. So we talking about love.
It's a different stage. It's different now as you get older. I will say that it's a whole lot different since we were younger. Younger, it was, everything was everything. It was all about, you and that individual. It took a time where, and that's crazy. I was talking to my father about this. And you remember back in the day when you had to ask a honey, do you want to be my lady? They be excited.
Right on sheet of paper.
Yeah,
you like me?
Yes
or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
to
those.
Be my little honey.
Yeah.
She say yeah. No, nah, you don't. I don't know if do men even ask women do they want to be their woman? I don't know.
Hey, man, they get in the DM. I think that's the way to do it. You get in the DM. Hey, do you like me? And then,
well, the DMs. Everything just
goes down in the DM.
Yeah, it goes.
Goes down.
I don't know, man. It's just a different day and age. A lot of things have shifted now, so it's a lot, man. What are your thoughts? I'm shifting gears again, ladies.
Oh, wait, I thought we gonna stay on. Okay,
you want to stay on there? Go ahead.
Oh, man. We just trying to get some clarity about love, man. Because like I say, love is tough. It's rough. It's rough and tough. I think it's hard, man. Love is hard. It's a whole lot harder than I think it has ever been in life.
Why you say that, man?
It is, man. When you dealing with someone else and you're trying to learn to love them the way they receive love, that's like the biggest problem that I foresee with love, because if I'm not loving you the way you want to be loved, there's going to be conflict. And like the way I could be coming to you, I'm giving you the love the way I know. I don't mind being taught to learn someone. I mean, to learn to love someone the way they want to be loved. But I think that's the interesting part about love when you get with someone is to learn the love language, that person's love language, that person's also loving your love language. But sometimes it's not reciprocal. It is you learn mine's, and that's what it's gonna be. So therefore, it's only one sided.
Well, it's about learning. I mean, you have to understand the person that's in front of you, number one.
Right.
And then you have to learn how they display certain things. You know, it may not be to your liking all the time or your specific, well, you could have done this better, done this here.
Yeah.
You know, it's about this individual. They try to, it's their way of showing it. And I like to receive it because they're showing me in their own way.
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of times people fight that because we want, you know, an individual to be how we would like them to be.
Yeah.
You know, and I tell people all the time, you can't make a person be who you want them to be because that defeats the purpose of you being with them because they're not who they are. You know, people say opposites don't attract. I don't. Positive and negative. Charge make a car start, from what I understand.
That's what they look like.
You know, you have to really look at that and evaluate how you see an individual. I never was the type of person to look at an individual how I would want them to be, because then I feel like you just doing it because that's how I want you to be. But if I allow you to be yourself and I can see different traits of you doing certain things, I can flow with that because that's who you are. You know,
right?
And I think a lot of people miss that aspect of. I think this time it's missing that they want you to be a certain way or doing certain things. So, you know, it's difficult. You know, people don't take time to learn and grow and understand the person in front of them. They just want it what they want. They want it fast. Everything is fast these days.
Very fast. Convenient. It's convenient.
True. I call it comfort.
Okay.
Everybody wants to be comforted. As long as you got comfort, you're okay. Like I tell people, you know, I heard a person tell me, love don't pay bills. I told them, what lie? Who told you that lie? Because I never met a man who loved a woman. I mean, sincerely, deeply love a woman that didn't want to pay no bills. He's going to make sure everything's for her. But here's the kicker. She also has to make sure he's where he needs to be for her. The greater he is, the greater she will always be, in my opinion. So that's a different type of conversation.
Man, wow, that was deep. That was deep. And I know we can go on and on about it, but I know you say you want to change.
Yeah, y'all want to shift gears. You know, I don't like to stay on stuff too long. You know, Dame Dash. I know you heard about Dame.
I seen him on the Breakfast Club. I seen clips. I didn't watch the full interview, but I did see some clips.
Dame said he's a boss, and you're not a boss if you have someone being your boss. What are your thoughts on that?
You're not a boss if you have someone that's your boss.
That's pretty much how I took
it. That's what he said. You're right. He said, I don't agree with that. You are the boss because you make decisions. You can determine how your day goes. You can determine if you go to work or not. You are your own boss.
Well,
everybody's
Dame was talking from the way of working for someone else.
Right.
This is my thing.
Everyone has a boss. But I'll go ahead. I think everyone.
Why do you think everyone? I'm quite sure they do. Everyone has said someone else.
Everyone, right?
My boss is not my boss at my job. I tell you that.
Right. Well, like you said, ultimately, our boss is that man up there.
Yeah, that's my boss.
We got somebody we answer to, right?
Yeah. So, but from the natural standpoint, I should say, I don't understand what he's saying because you want to be able to, you know, to control your own life and your own path and your own walk. I do see what he's saying.
But even with that being said, you are still controlling it. You just got somebody.
If you look at, like punching the clock, someone else control. You control by time. That's what he's saying. They're controlling your time. You got to be there at a certain time. You got to leave at a certain time. You got to do all these things. There are rules and regulations based off their working
policies, procedures, work environment. Okay,
yeah,
I get
regulations based off what, like it's like if you got social goals trucking. You have rules and regulations in place. Time you need to be what you need to do. I need the logs. I need everything logged in. All that information turned in. I need the mileage on your truck. When last time you got gas? All that plays a factor. Those are just specifications for that job. But I mean, I can understand what he's saying. A lot of people are laughing at him because they still think he broke. But people, like he said, you understand bankruptcy.
So he had some really good points with that, like you said. But I still believe that everyone is a boss. Like you said, that job that you just referenced, you had to apply for that job. So I mean, you made a decision to work that job. So I mean, I think you had.
I mean, you could have the title of a supervisor or a manager,
Right.
which you are a boss of other people, but you also have a boss of group.
Well, you have someone else that you answer to, a superior.
Correct. And I think that's what he's going, that he doesn't have to answer to nobody. He's answered to himself. He feels he's more self-made. In other words, he's going to get it for self, and he's building everything for self.
But see, I mean, look at what we're talking about. I mean, he was actually on that show talking about he is the CEO of Revolt at that time for 1 month, but he still has someone he had to answer to, the owner of Revolt. The owner of Revolt, they're in discussions for him to actually be the chairman. But, you know, the information that came out, I don't know how true it is or not, but, you know, they was in discussion for Dame to bring his podcast onto Revolt. So he's not being a boss. He's actually he's bringing his stuff onto a platform where he actually has to answer somebody. So he's not a boss. He's answering somebody.
True. I mean, but it's like I say, I think we will consider Oprah Winfrey, Bill Cosby enforcing his situation a boss.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
50 Cent.
Yeah.
Numerous accounts of other people that are bosses because they're under the leadership of their own hands, as I like to call it.
I see that they can determine what they want to do. I think if we're looking at boss in that term, because even now, like I say, 50 Cent is starring on a show called 50 Ways to
Kill Somebody or something like that. Yeah.
I mean, he's under somebody else's production. That's not his production. So he's still answering to them, but they're paying him handsomely, but he's still answering somebody.
Well, you got to be, in order to be the man, you got to go underneath the man.
And I think that's the way it's going to always be. I don't think that term, I don't agree with Dame with that, because we all have to answer to somebody. And like you said, ultimately we answer to him.
True.
Now, he did make some good points, man. Like I said, that was a good podcast. Like you said, they making fun of him. And like I say, they went viral. Like they still talking about this. So I'm like, dang, he's still trending.
What about your thought when he told, I think Charlemagne is the man name that he ran. I think he ran from, I don't know if
it was a video out there some years ago. Like he was outside. They called me.
He told him, he said, how you gonna, be a man, be with a woman be with you, and you running from a fight? He said, I just got beat up. But would you respect a man more that got beat up, or would you respect a man more that ran?
I mean, if you're thinking about it logically, I mean, I ain't trying to take no A-whoopers from nobody, Q. Like say, if the numbers are against me, I'm just not gonna sit there and, let somebody just beat on me knowing if I don't have a chance. Now, if there's a way for me to get out that situation, I'm gonna get out that situation. But if not, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm biting, scratching, grabbing. I'm doing whatever I gotta do to try to survive that. But I don't want to be beat up by nobody. So
I'm just saying, you think men, let's say men more than women, you think men will you get more respect from men that you stood your ground, even though you probably got, mollywop,
right?
Versus you running. Because, back in our day, it's a little different because back in our day, I remember, some real thorough cats.
Yeah.
Brothers out of, Queensboro, Motown, City Grove, the bottom, guys of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a lot of them stood alone. They had to let them know that I can hold my own.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm asking, in your perspective, would you respect a man more that stood and fought versus the man that ran?
Me me younger, yes.
Which one?
Me younger, respect. I respect you younger.
I'm saying older, the one that ran or the one that fought?
The one that fought.
Okay.
Younger me.
Okay.
Me now, I'm like, man, you're a fool sitting there. You got 4 or 5, YNs or whatever terminology they use. You gonna sit there and take a whooping, knowing that you this age and you already have high blood pressure and a bad back. No, I ain't taking no L's. Not like that. You know what I'm saying? They just have to talk about me. I don't care. But I get where you're coming from. It's a younger me, I get. Like you said, how we came up. We done been through some stuff. We done been in some situations. Yeah. So I mean, I wasn't fighting for honor. I mean, I was just doing what I had to do.
But a lot of things are based off respect. a lot of men, respect is a big thing.
Why don't you answer the question you asked me before we move on? Would you you're in a situation that you're not gonna win, or you gonna stay there and fight or flight?
Me?
Fight or flight? Yeah, that's fight or flight.
I said 3 brothers and me. I'm saying usually I'm in the position.
I'm saying 4 brothers. 4 brothers and you.
I'm had to get it.
When you say getting it, you talking about running off, getting it?
No, I can't. I can't. My age right now, I'll probably be in some negotiations right now. Look at brothers. Let me read the word to you. Yeah. But I wouldn't encourage violence. Let me say, first of all, I don't encourage violence. Let me say that because I'm not a big advocate for it, honestly. As I got older, I feel men can sit down and have a conversation. But if I see a brother that if he ran, I'm gonna be mad at him.
Yeah,
I understand. Even if I see a brother who stood his ground, I'll salute him because man, you had the option to run, but you stand. You stood 10 toes down because a lot of people feel, a lot of men I've heard guys tell me, you get more respect for even though you may get beat down. You get more respect for at least trying to fight back because if you turn your back and run, you'll run on anything.
But look, you run off, you get to live another day to run.
Don't
again.
think they ain't gonna catch you.
Well, they'll say you get another.
But a lot of people say, "Go and get you." I had an OG tell man, if you're gonna get whooped, go and get you whooped that day, and then you got to worry about the next few days.
But like I say, how we grew up. You get whooped, you gonna always be that YN or that N that got whooped. You're like, man, hey, he can't fight. He ain't about that action.
Yeah, but hold up, that's a different when you can handle about 3, 4 brothers. Now, if you can one on, it's the condition of the mind to me.
Okay,
it's the condition of the mind. Now, let me say this: I'm not an advocate for a lot of stuff. I'm really not, but I do understand a lot of things as well.
Yeah,
I encourage people to sit down and have a conversation. Anybody know me now? I'm a more of an encourager now.
Y'all hear this?
I'm not.
Look, I'm not. I'm agreeing with everything you said, but you say you gonna sit down and talk. I really would
encourage brothers to have a conversation. I'm cool. I really would. Yeah. But if pushed on the shove and I'm not around, they got to do. It's nothing I can do. If they feel like they got to get out their chest, can we do? It is what it. Because at some point you got to understand something. In this day and age, you don't find many people just fighting. You may see it on your videos now, which don't make no sense to me again.
Right. They trying to get that viral moment. You go beat
up.
He got beat up in front of Southern class.
Yeah, it's more of an embarrassment.
His food right there
to
on the
individual.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's more of an embarrassment. It wasn't more of a, we go to the park, all of us let y'all go and do what y'all do. Everybody come back and who was there, they talk about it, and who wasn't there, they just hear about it. Now, these day and age, man, it's so chaotic. And just awkward to actually sit down and people just, it's like it's embarrassing. Like
it is.
So, I don't encourage it, but if a brother got to stand his ground, man, handle your business. I'm not going to laugh at it. I mean, you go, I understood, man, you stood against 4 brothers. Oh, man, you got my props. Because most people would have took out, but you stood.
But I mean, what if you don't get back up? I mean, maybe that's your life. You done got jumped.
Well, I don't see that before. I don't see that, but I don't seen a brother get whooped. He had a seizure one time. I never forget a downtime. Man, I'm like, man, that's so like, man, they put them into a seizure. Then I seen a brother took a vote, and I was impressed.
But I mean, that I was saying, like them 4 brothers jumped that young man. I wake up here and I see them all. I mean, we give him his respect. But I mean, what's that doing for him? I mean, he may have. Well, he may
just take it. I mean, let's say he just got whooped and he got right back.
We'll make him a martyr.
No, let's say if he just got whooped, he got up. I mean, a lot of people gonna give him credit because he stood his ground. Most men, it's about standing your ground. That's what they believe. So I mean, it's like I say, it's a lot of factors in there. So,
but that was interesting.
I got another one for you. I don't know if you see it. Did you see about the young lady? She went out to eat with her friends. Everybody at the table eating but her, and they filmed her and embarrassed her at the table eating with her friends. I think they wanted like a seafood ball or something. I don't know if did you see that.
Is this the situation where I guess she didn't have the money?
Yeah. That was crazy to me.
Oh yeah, her friends, they was down bad for that.
That was crazy. Yeah. I mean, exactly what I'm saying for us, how respect is, because a lot of people who in that little city or little town may see her, and all of a sudden now things how they view her a change based off a moment.
Yeah.
So I mean, what are your thoughts on her friends?
That was not her friends. Like Mo3 said, everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. I mean, she better find us some new friends. I mean, you know how we roll. You know what I'm saying? Our clique, we joke and play with each other, but that's something we don't do. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was a situation like that and one of us is in that situation, we go covering, like you said, we'll have that conversation later, but we ain't about to, put nobody on blast, have it on social media.
So you say
like
most, I'm not, I know women go, because they come at me hard when I say
ooh,
stuff.
man, he's for it too, y'all. He say he want that action. Want that action. I'll go ahead and
That
give
tend
it
to
to
happen mostly with women than it do men. I'm not saying for us to ask, I ain't gonna say all, but women have a thing like, I'm just being honest, I know women gonna come at me, man.
Hey, man, come get him. Come and get him.
I'm just gonna say this here though. Women have this thing when they see another one, it's like they mean mug each other, like they in competition or something. I never understood that, man. Like they in competition with somebody. I remember, man. It's crazy to see that, but I was really more heartbroken for the young lady because
that was embarrassing.
People say, "Well, Q, she didn't have, she never should have went." But I don't know if a friend, you know what I'm saying, who knew whatever the friend should say, "Well, don't worry about it. I take care of you. Just give me back later on." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or whenever you get a chance.
Right.
But to actually record your friend, and that's supposed to be your friend, you watch your friend sit there and cry, you call that a friend? Nah. That was more hurting to me to watch that young lady go through that. Like I get it, man. You know, you could have stayed to the crib. I get that part, y'all. But why would you want to embarrass your friend like that? That's the part that just mind-boggling to me.
Right. Like I said, we don't know what those intentions were. Like maybe that girl knew that and she wanted to come anyway. I mean,
yeah, but no one at that table stopped it. No one say, "Hey, yo, man, leave her alone." You know, whatever. No one even stopped.
That's the jury. You know, the court of public, the court of public opinion, or what they call it. You know, they want the action. You know, a lot of people like the mess and the drama. That's what the age we live in now. Oh man, I want to see what's about to happen. You know, you already know what it is. You know these new people. So they built like this.
You don't think people have morals and standards and good character? They don't look at having a good character anymore. They don't look at having morals, having standards.
No disrespect to this younger generation. No, I don't think that matters to them.
I don't even think the older generation got it like that sometimes.
Well, like you said, a lot of the older generation, we
especially ours.
I think we know better though. I just think this younger generation don't care. We know better though.
Well, let me speak on the young generation. Let me say this. I'm not gonna sit there and say the young generation is just all the way messed up because they got a few problems like we all have. But you gotta look at who raising them.
It's us.
So who the problem?
Like I said, we know better. That's the reason why I said it. We got the problem.
You got young men who don't even know how to change a tie.
Facts.
You got young men who don't know how to change oil. You got young men somehow don't even know how to cut grass. Let me get on young women. You got young women who don't know how to boil water.
I don't know how to change oil. I cut grass though. I don't really know how to change oil though. I cut grass. Look, you better ask Mr. Tisby.
You know how to. Do you know how to change a tie?
Yeah, I'm gonna change tie, of course.
All is really you gotta do to go on the oil. Go on your oil pan. I'm not gonna get.
But look, I'm just saying. Look, and I'm happy you actually said that because look, I'm gonna tell you how I actually learned how to do that stuff from my friends. It wasn't nothing that my parents taught me. It was from my friends. Man, we taught each other a lot.
I had a partner who taught me. He was a mechanic.
See?
He taught me a whole lot of whatever because his dad had taught him. My father was a military man, so he basically, he was traveling. Certain things he had. My father know how to fix on cars too. Don't get it twisted. You know how to do some stuff. I just don't know how to do.
Right.
But at the same time, I learned a lot on some levels.
Yeah.
And it's puzzling because I think that as men, and I'm learning now the importance of men actually being in a household because now it's I didn't understand it, feeding off it, but I understand the importance of the man being, especially us, being in that household.
Man being in the home.
Controlling certain things, son, my son, my youngest son. Of course, he about 6'8", 6'9". He played basketball and football. My son can fish, can cut grass, can trip hedges, he could do a lot of outdoor things. The only problem that I had with my youngest son, he hate to do one thing. let's make up a bed. That's the easiest. I'm like, man, he will go outside, cut grass, weed, he'll do all that. But he refused to make up a bed. And I'm like, why the easiest thing you want to do, which somebody said it's a good thing because things that are easy, he may find boring. So, but
possible.
I think now though that being as a man, and I look at these situations, I look at some of these things, I see the importance of a male figure in a child's life. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I know women gonna get mad at me again.
He is calling y'all. He done called y'all out twice.
I think the importance of having a male around for some of these women. I'm just keeping it real.
Look, man, I don't even think you want to climb into that rabbit hole.
I'm just telling you the truth.
For the next show.
I'm just telling you the truth.
You telling me the truth. You talking to me, but you keep talking about them. Look,
I'm just telling the truth. It's important for a male to be around. I mean, when I'm saying,
well, you said that, but you said you said for the women
when I'm being real,
man, they coming.
They male is important for everybody in the household, especially because women sometimes, they go left hand sometimes. Sometimes you got to bring it back right.
He doing it. I'm here. Look, I'm here to have a discussion with him. But he is doing it. He is calling.
I'm just telling the truth.
Hey, brother, I'm just telling you. You know how it is today. You cannot.
How is it today? Tell me how it is today.
You making these statements talking about women are missing a male figure being in their life. You already know how that's gonna go. It's gonna be a backlash. Though. It's gonna be some backlash.
That's a fact.
But this backlash is gonna come with that, Q. You gonna have some that's gonna agree and some that's gonna disagree. It's gonna trigger them.
Okay, let me give you a great example.
Okay,
great example.
We got a couple minutes. I'll let you close out on your example. Okay.
The importance of a man is very important, especially to a young lady, because she understands the importance of a male figure in her life. When you look at a father, it's certain things that the mother can't teach. Vice versa. There's a vice versa on the son to a mother. It's certain things that I can't teach, but it's certain things I can show her. You understand what I'm saying? I can tell her how to conduct herself in a relationship dealing with a good man, not none of these knuckleheads that these women love. Y'all love a good knucklehead. Women love. Yeah. So you try, all of us, men hate, dislike. I hate to use the term hate. Dislike when their daughters choose a knucklehead. It's like I don't know if a woman loves when a son pick a, whatever. I don't know what they call them, but those are choices. We want you to look at the best choice for yourself.
Okay.
It's like dating. Most people aren't gonna bring certain people around to their parents.
Okay.
When I was younger, you could bring a person around the elderly because they can sit there and tell you. You want to take her back to the street, or you want to put them in that trash can, that ain't gonna work. They can see things, they speak, they can look at that person. Nah, that ain't.
Are you saying that male figure can actually identify these things?
You ever look? Let me tell you something, man.
And I'm just saying, for the sake of the conversation, I think this will be a big conversation.
I think it's male and female both. You have both.
Okay.
Because I had an aunt once, and my aunt looked at. I ain't gonna say this person, man. Looked at them, and they looked at me. I want to take that back. Where you got that from? Exactly what she told me. Because you bring people around your family to get a vibe on a feel. Because you have to look at it when you're in relationships. It's new. No one's going to actually see that person who they are because they ain't going to show it from their family. They're going to perpetrate the alcohol. But you know. But they can get a spiritual aspect from it. Oh, you may want to leave that one alone.
All right. So look, for the sake of this conversation, because I said this conversation can actually, this will be a whole nother segment. All right. So are you saying, I'm asking you this question, not for you to answer it now, but for our next show. And look, for those that are watching, you can catch the Shady and Shake Hour on Mondays and Fridays, sometimes on Monday and Friday, sometimes maybe Monday or Friday, or sometimes you may get them both days, depending on the schedules, how people's schedules are. So are you saying, because we talked about the woman needing a man. So are you saying, depending on who this woman may be, and if she didn't have that male figure in her life, there's a possibility if you brought her home to your people, there's a possibility she'll be rejected.
No, I didn't say none of that.
I just look, because that's what we was talking about. That's what I said.
This is what I'm saying.
You got to admit it.
I said both.
You did. Now you came back and said both, but you say you're going to get attacked.
For the young woman, because why? Men can teach women certain things.
Okay.
Just like a woman can teach, like your mama can teach you certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Certain attributes, like how to conduct yourself in a home around a man. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How to carry yourself in public and how a man will see you.
Okay.
How to what you expect from a man. You know, I'm serious. Like men to tell you, you know, if you conduct yourself, if he's the head, let him be the head. You know how to, it's like a queen talking to a king. When she want the king, that he'll tell you. It's how you talk to him. You talk to him.
I just think like the new age man in the household with the woman, that aspect of the man being the head of the household, I think it has changed. It has been compromised.
What you mean?
We can't talk about it right now, Q. I mean, it's a shade and shake hour. You know, we're actually at that hour. So I mean, we got to say that for our next discussion. So anyone that's watching, do you want to tune in? We go talk about what Shake just said. Okay, I made a statement that I said that the man of the household is no longer the standard, and it has been compromised. So make sure if you're tuning in, I'm gonna see what this young man got going on. Y'all might see us tomorrow. Y'all might not. Then y'all may see us Friday. So I have to see what this young man got going on. If we can come on tomorrow, we may come on tomorrow, via, this young man doesn't live here. But, if he decides he want to do it, we can do it. And we go talk about the man of the household. Is that still prevalent today? I say it is not. And you want me to expound on it. So I don't even want to get your perspective on it yet. I want you to try to hold off on it. If we can come back at them tomorrow, we will. If not, just hold it down.
We'll most definitely be back in the building. So, look for it. We're going to make it do it.
Hey, man, this has been the Shady and Shake Hour. I am Shady.
I'm Q.
Hey, man, he called these women out, man. So hopefully next time y'all see us, y'all hope y'all be ready to ask us some questions. Go back and watch this show. If you listen to it on the radio, please be ready with your questions for Shake to see why he feels this way about women. And he's probably gonna beat you up once the camera go off. He's gonna be angry. But make sure you have your questions for him, man. We about to get up out of here, man.